take it back. This is the steel and canvas. This ain't no time for practice. High stakes, spectacle, adrenaline attack. Welcome to Slammin' It. Slammin' It.
And welcome to another installment of Slammin' It. I am Mando Medina, along with my tag team partner. As always, he is the Jack of Rock, wearing the Macho Man Randy Savage t-shirt. Let me look at that bad boy, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Wait, stand up so I can see all of it because I can barely see his face. There it is. There you go.
Yeah.
That's iconic, dude. Looking good. Have you gained weight? You're looking pretty good, bro. I mean, I'm giving you props. There you go. I saw the double bicep pose you did today with go ahead, let's talk. We haven't talked about your gym in a long time, bro. So the gym in Las Cruces, it's called the gym. So plug time, bro. Do it. Plug it. Do what you got to do, bro. Do
on down to the gym Las Cruces on Valley. It is the former World's Gym, open Monday through Monday, and we will set you up with a membership. We have specials for first responders. We have specials for students as well. So love to help you out, man. It's an old school place, the clanging and the banging, brother.
I like it. It has the old. It has the old. Obviously, we've been there a couple of times, done the show from there. It does have that old time feel, and like I said, like the. I'm not gonna say it smells, but it's got the. Like the musk of like old school gym, you know.
Yeah.
But you have some tremendous equipment, especially the cardio equipment. I was very impressed with, and then also the fact that you have the nutritional stuff there as well. What is his name again? The gentleman,
Henry.
Yes, shout out to my boy Henry out there. I'll be honest with you, Jack. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to go out there in Las Cruces and partake in their live. Maybe next week. I don't know. Like I said, because I'm about to get super busy here. How you doing, brother? By the way, I do see some gold behind you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at that. I saw that. When was the last time you actually show everybody? Get them so I can show, because I'm gonna show what I got. Jack, of course, Jack is the first person that I know that ever possessed the UFC championship belt like that. And that's the old school UFC championship belt. That's easily 20 years old. Easily. I'm probably even like
maybe
understating that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I remember when you got it, because like I said, that's when people really weren't buying them. They were buying the wrestling ones, but not the not the UFC. I'm gonna give you like a solo shot so people can see that beautiful belt.
Yeah.
Where did, because you said you couldn't find it. Where did you have it?
Gosh, this was in my closet. It was in this room the whole time.
Jeez.
The whole time. I thought it was in storage. So, and this is this is back when, this was going for, I think, like maybe $100. It's going for so much more now.
Yeah.
So much more.
Have you attempted to see how much it is on eBay?
You know what? I haven't. I haven't. Not in a very long time. This is the welterweight.
Yeah, but still, but the difference is that all the championship belts look exactly like that. You just had the heavyweight or welterweight, and there you go. That is an old school WWE World Tag Team Champ. And for me, that's still my favorite belt when it comes to the tag team. And honestly, raise it a little bit more because of the. There you go. Let me give you like a solo shot there so you can see. There it is. Move it towards more like you, because it's like getting the reflection. No, like bring it like towards you.
No, towards me.
Yeah.
There.
Because you know what it is? It's actually a compliment to the belt. It's so shiny that you really can't see the belt. So like it's better like when you put it back there, people be able to see it, But it is a tremendous belt, and I'm glad you. Where did you have that one at?
This one was
that's a bit that you can see it right there. That looks pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a Christmas gift.
Okay. Well, this year?
This past year, yeah.
Okay, so now allow me to show everybody what I found. Well, I knew where it was at. I just didn't have access to the building, if that makes any sense as to where it was. But I got access to the building. And,
you got it with me.
It's a big boy right here. So this is the
undisputed
heavyweight championship that Did Jericho have this, or it was just Brock Lesnar? Because of
It
course
was
this is
okay. So Hulkster had it. Hulkster was the
that's
last
right.
WWF champion into the
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah,
The Rock wore that. Brock wore that. I
and of
believe
course Eddie wore it.
JBL. Yeah, Eddie wore it. JBL wore it.
Yep.
That is honestly my second favorite heavyweight championship. You got the Winged Eagle and that one right there. I always felt that they should have had that title stick around for just a little longer.
Yeah, because basically what they did the spinner right after this, right?
Yeah,
After this one. So this
yeah.
belt
And
is
that,
literally. You were there when I bought this belt.
dude, I
Oh,
was
dude,
I was with you.
I have a picture that I'm gonna bring up right now, and it's gonna make you laugh.
Are you?
But you were with me when we. This is when the one of the times they were in El Paso, and we were
Yeah.
joking around. You remember that we were just messing around that, and you were like, "Dude, buy the belt." Oh, bro, I remember the conversation because this conversation was like, I don't know if my credit's gonna be good enough so I can buy the belt. You remember that? And then when I put the card in, and she was like,
And then
"Okay,"
they
good.
ran it.
And I was like, "It's good to go." Like, "Oh, whoa!" And I was like, "We just left." Remember that?
Yes.
So this belt is by the way, when I have to show this too. I didn't have time to take it out, but I do have the bobblehead that was given by the El Paso
Oh, that's cool.
Chihuahuas. What was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
And if you
yeah.
notice the belt that he's wearing,
It's
and
that one, isn't it?
it's this one. It's literally this one
Yeah.
because this is the one that Eddie became known for having,
Yeah.
and this is a heavy belt. But yeah,
It is.
I'm glad I have it back. Like I said,
Me
like
too.
remember you told me the first show I bring your belt, and I was like, dude, I don't know where it's at.
I mean,
I have
that
some
belt
other.
signified
Yeah.
that was the undisputed belt. That brought in the WCW belt and the WWE belt.
Yep.
That was,
Yep.
was the undisputed championship. Love that belt. I remember,
And
by the way, I remember that
yes, sir.
night. Also that
Yep.
night when you bought it and we were like, "Oh, the credit's good." Yeah, then we just took off. I
Yep.
also remember getting stuck in the parking lot. You had to get out.
That's right.
You had to-
Do you
you
really
had to-
want to do you really want to laugh at me? Because like I said, we really haven't talked about what we're going to talk about yet. But do you really want to like
Of
go,
course.
oh my God? You really want to say okay?
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
a
what do you got?
second. Let's see if it goes. And this is when I had hair and you had hair. Well, I had more hair and you actually had hair. Let's see if it comes
Oh
out.
boy.
Look at that.
Dude,
Look
what?
at that. Look at that. That is us
Dude, send that
at a
to me.
wrestling event. I still have this jacket very worn out, and that is look at the young Jack who had yet to see the benefits of taking a whey protein and lifting heavy
Oh, my
weights.
God.
You're literally about maybe a buck 50, a buck 60 in this picture, dude. Realistically,
I
right?
must have been 20, 21.
No, you're 21.
Somewhere-
You're 21 because I took you with me to the
21?
wrestling, and you can tell. And you can tell we're at a wrestling event just because of the background. I don't know if you can see some of the background, but yeah, you can
Oh
tell we're at a
my
wrestling
God.
event, and that's when I was a heavier. So
Oh my gosh. Who took that, dude? I don't
I
even.
know. It might have because
That's
there's
incredible.
another picture of us with Luis. We call him Brock. Yeah, and there's like
Yeah.
we're standing. So like, it had to be somebody that we were with or we took the picture because like I said, I got access to no building. And I was able to get a bunch of my stuff back. Not that they're holding it for any reason or any of that nature. It's just happened that I was able to get access to some stuff that I thought that I didn't know that I still had. But yeah, dude, that's us like many moons ago.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
20 something. 20. God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro,
A long time ago. By the way, now that I did that, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. So before we
Make no
get up,
bones about it. Make no bones about it. That kid, that 21-year-old kid, man, he had some riz as the
he did. He did.
today.
By the way,
Riz.
Fonzie, who's going to join us, also is says last WWF belt, which Hulkster transition to the. Yep, that's exactly what you said there, Jack.
Yep.
And when we get Fonzie on, I have something to show Fonzie as well. But yeah, dude. So I thought it was crazy that I was able to see that, and I knew you appreciate it. But it's so funny because I texted Jack and I go, "Hey, bro, I sent the picture and like I found the belt," and he was like, "Dude, I just found the UFC one the day before." So like, sometimes it's meant to be, my friends.
Yep. Isn't it?
So-
Yeah, man.
like I said, that's just like it just shows you how long it's been. And I even found notes, dude. Notes of like the old Slammin show with the old font, like literally like that. You know, I type them out. Like
Yeah.
now I just text them to you, but like I found a bunch of that stuff. I thought I'd thrown all that stuff away, but apparently I did not. But nonetheless, it's good to go down memory lane once in a while. So it's cool that we have them. I can't show the I can't hang the belt like you. I'm not cool like you because you got the couch behind you. The belt's below the fine picture of David Bowie. So yeah. So let's get to it. And by the way, it is Hulk Hogan's birthday. Today is the day of the birth of Hulk Hogan, so we are going to talk about that in a little bit more, like when Fonzie gets on, because we know Fonzie's a hardcore Hulk Hogan. I mean, we were all Hulkamaniacs to begin with, but still. The first thing I want to bring up is the situation going on with Solo Sikoa, as we saw that of course he had the match last night, Monday Night Raw with it's Jay, right? It's
Jay Uso.
yeah, Jay Uso, and then of course Jamie interfered, and now so he's gonna have to go by the bloodline. Solo is cooking right now, man. Solo is cooking right now. There is no reason why they would put him back with the bloodline unless it's gonna be some type of swerve, unless LA Knight is gonna interfere or something. But this is the last thing they should be doing. Is just stopping the momentum that Solo did. And if you haven't seen Monday Night Raw, watch Monday Night Raw. It's on Netflix. You can. I'll be honest with you. That's the beauty of Netflix, is like if you miss it, you can always go back to it, you know, and watch it. And the beauty of it is when he goes, "This is your warning shot," and he goes like that, and then he goes like that, and he goes like, "Pew pew pew pew." There, y'all all right? So I think the way he is being portrayed right now is
Money.
1,000 times better than he has ever been portrayed. I know when they tried to make him the other OTC, that really didn't have any sizzle. This is flaming out, my friend. So I'd be very disappointed if they do put him back in the bloodline, unless he's gonna like betray him, because unless Fatu is gonna join with them. But I don't know. I really don't like the situation right now.
I tend to agree with you. I do think that there's going to be a swerve coming. There has to be. There has to be. The dude is white hot right now. White hot. He's got a few things going for him right now. One, and those Samoans, they can deliver a promo, man. He's got a little bit of the Rock in those promos that you hear. You know, the swagger, the sunglasses, the everything. He's got a little bit of his cousin there, and his delivery, his timing is fantastic. And, you know, he loves where he's at. That's going to be another phrase. That needs to be another phrase. I love where I'm at. I love where I'm at. And I think that this union between LA Knight and Solo is going to carry over more. They can't have this just dead in the water. They need to again, strap the rocket to him, see where it takes him, because the guy, he's so money right now with his promos and his in-ring work.
As you
he doesn't
see,
need the bloodline. I agree.
That is Armando letting us know that Face Solo does not. He does not. Right now, he doesn't. They did the right thing with the what are they called? MFTs, or what are they called? The other ones, where they brought in a Haku, and Haku's like their dad, and Haku is gonna manage them. They did the right thing with that, because just adding Haku changed the dynamic of that. You know, let me do something live. Hold up. There you go. Wait. See. I'm zooming in real time. There you go. Well, I got to show the logo because this is the football logo. I had a meeting at a media event place today, so I had to show the logo. Anyways, I don't. There's got to be some type of swerve. MFG. Thank you, Fonzie, as he lets us know that's what it is. So they brought in Haku. That's the right thing, and you know, because I think this is the best we've ever seen Solo, other than when he was the silent assassin for Roman Reigns. Because it's basically like what they ran. Like if they do it and make him the faceless grunt guy, you know, like it's gonna. Are they really gonna run like 2022 all over again?
No, you can't do that right now. I think, dude, they have to know how hot he is. They have to know with the reaction that he's getting right now. I honestly think it has to be that this is serving a purpose, a greater purpose for his character and the trajectory of where he's going to be going main event status-wise. That's
Fonzie brings up a very good situation. If we go to SmackDown, where Shinsuke Nakamura came out and he said he had enough and he's going to come back and be more brutal and he'd come by himself. He thinks that those guys, maybe the MFG go with them. But I'm thinking it's going to be more the other one that they just signed to
Somebody we haven't
NXT.
seen.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
NXT. I can't remember his name because they changed his name, and he's a gentleman. I don't know if he's married to, but he's dating Io Sky. But I don't know. And he's like a legend in Japan.
Yeah.
So Armando is back, and he says haven't branched out on his own, just like Rocky Maivia. That's what you said, Jack. The sky's the limit on his own.
Yeah.
Kind of like, and that's the thing with The Rock. Remember when Rocky Maivia with his little haircut, everybody hated him. Joined the Nation of Domination. All of a sudden, started doing this thing, and obviously he was a standout. And right now, Solo's doing that. Notice, and he's doing it by himself. He doesn't have anybody else. So I'm kind of upset. You can tell I'm kind of upset that they're doing this to him if they do this.
Let's bring it back. Let's
run it back. Run it back.
Let's run
Okay,
it back.
we are going to run it back because you wanted to see the picture. We're running it back. We're running back. We're running it back. We're running it back. No, I'm just joking.
Look at that jawline. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Do you remember when Bryan Daniel Bryan in
Yes,
WWE, when he was becoming white hot, and yet they had him team with the Wyatt family. They had him go with the Wyatts, and people were just so against that, and yet they knew somehow something big was going to happen. I'm predicting that something here is going to happen with Solo in that regard, with him and the Bloodline.
Here's a question for everybody out there, and of course I'm asking you, and I'm asking myself as well. Do you see because we know LA Knight is going to face Roman Reigns. It's a great thing that's happening. Money in the Bank, I think that's in October. Who do you see would be more capable of having the championship and holding it longer if they give it to him? LA Knight or Mr. Solo Sikoa, the way, especially the way he is right now. But it's got to be this version of Solo. It's got to be this version because right now it's hot. Because the difference between him and Jay really isn't that good on the mic when he's doing things. He's great in the ring, great with the yeet, But we've seen that Solo can do some comedic stuff. It's something we didn't know he could do. So I mean, and you talked about he's got some mannerisms of the great one, The Rock. So I ask you the question first, Jack. Who do you think?
Will answer.
Well, go ahead. I will let you do it.
I will answer. You would think one of them would be. You would think that either one would be. Yet I don't think either of them will take the championship, the title off of Roman. I don't think that either would be the one to do it. And that sucks because I would be more than happy with either one, but I don't see either one winning. To answer your question.
Yes.
Gun to my head. I would pick LA Knight because he's been consistently hot. He's been consistently linked, and had a great rapport with the audience, and his in-ring work speaks for itself. Now you still have the stories that maybe he's got heat with the people backstage, with management backstage. You hear rumors of that always happening. So maybe that hinders him at this point. So I would say LA Knight minus the backstage drama right now.
And that's literally what Mando is saying. Unfortunately, don't trust the booking. Just ask LA Knight. So he's basically saying what you're saying.
There you go.
My own situation, I would like to see either of them get it, kind of like they did with McIntyre there with Cody Rhodes. But I think the whole problem with Raw is that I think they're going to have Roman hold the championship up until WrestleMania so Oba can take it from him, especially if,
oh my God.
Because and I know I have to say it, especially if they don't do Rock versus Roman. If they're going to do Oba versus Rock, versus Roman, then Oba's going to take it at WrestleMania. You know that because he's going to be, like you said, white hot as he is right now. They can give him the championship right now if they wanted to Oba, but they're not.
And I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
and I'd be okay with that. How many months now till Mania? I mean,
dude,
we're
barely August, so you still got September, October, November, December, January, February, March. You have 8 months. 8 months until Mania.
Dude, if Roman holds the belt for
He's
8
going
more
to.
months,
He's going to. I mean, think about it.
8 months.
When did CM Punk win the championship? Was it in September or October? It was October, right? It was
Yeah, I
October.
think in the ballpark, yeah, October. And
Yeah, it was October because SummerSlam he won, lost it, and then Seth got injured, and then I think Seth had it for a month. He got injured, and then
yeah,
they did the tournament, and then Punk. I think he won it in October. I don't think it was November. I think it was October, and then he
right.
held it until Mania because you gotta make it mean something, you know. By the way, we're doing pretty good, Domingo. Happy birthday to Domingo. His birthday was our
Happy
sometime
birthday.
last week, so happy birthday to my man
Thanks.
Domingo.
So
Yes,
how
sir.
long has Roman had it now? How long has Roman?
He's had it since WrestleMania.
He's had it
So
since. Oh my gosh!
so
And
that's
people wonder again, and yet they
so he's had it
wonder
for
about
four.
the
He's had it for
staleness.
4 months. Yeah, he's had it for 4 months.
You wonder about the staleness of the product now because this is a guy that has held the belt. I mean, combined, he's probably top three record holder for
Yeah.
number of days combined. No, I don't think people want to see him hold the belt
No,
for another
I
eight
don't think they're
months.
gonna do that. I think they're not gonna go as long. By the way, Fonzie, who's gonna join us in a little bit, like he says that Solo is there to take it away from my boy CM Punk.
That'd
It's
be
not gonna
cool.
happen. And it would be cool,
I
but
mean,
they got so
it'd be
many
cool.
guys on. We talked
Yeah,
about this last week. That on
yeah.
SmackDown you got Randy, you got KO, you got Sammy, you got Cody. I'm trying to talk
You
about,
think there's
but
an
we can't.
oversaturation?
Yeah,
You think
you
it's
have Trick Williams, and that Hunt, and eventually McIntyre has to come back as well. So I mean, I think they got more guys that have the opportunity to get it on SmackDown. They do on Raw. So, but yeah, I'm just very curious about that. So Domingo says. First of all, Domingo, let me show the other one first. He says he apologized for missing the last couple of shows, but I want to wish Chelsea Green on being champion. We're going to talk about Miss Chelsea Green because I'm not happy about that situation either. I only have like
mm.
three things to talk about, but like we're talking a lot about these situations. So we're talking about
Oh,
Solo.
we'll spread it
We're going to
out.
talk
Yeah.
about Chelsea Green because I am not happy at all with that situation. And then it says, do you think Paul Heyman going back to the Vision, back to the Bloodline? You mentioned Tiffany Stratton, Oba, Femi in the future. I think I do like what they're doing with Paul Heyman, that they've inserted him back in with Oba, and more importantly with Braun Breaker. They're going to kind of make him the middleman. I like that situation there. It for me, Jack, when I saw what they're doing, it has a big time feel of what they're doing with Oba and with Braun. The only question is, when is this going to happen? Is this going to happen in Money in the Bank? I think it's 9 weeks away. So your thoughts, what you're
Yeah.
seeing with Oba and Mr. Breaker?
We've discussed this just a little bit. I want to touch back on it. I always felt that it was a little that it's not beneficial for Braun to go up against Oba at this point. I think Braun needs to really establish himself as a force, and he absolutely has the tools, the capability to be a main event player. I don't think that this is going to help him go being fed for all intents and purposes to Oba, because Oba right now, the championship right now, he is lined with it. He is lined with the championship, and that is the straight line that he's going for. And everybody else is going to be in his way. I think people know that. Anybody that's going to be in his way, I think Oba's going to take him down.
Well, the thing is, Jack, they've got to keep him occupied until WrestleMania. So if you can do like a feud that's gonna last like at least two months with Braun Breaker, where they go back and forth like they did with Lesnar, I think it could work. I really do believe, and then some way. But like I said, because there's no way they're not gonna do Roman, because I think the money match is Roman versus Oba as opposed to Oba versus Punk or whoever the champion is
Yeah, I
on
agree.
SmackDown. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
By the
Don't get
way,
me wrong. That's what I want to see. I want to see Oba and Roman. I
yep.
want to see that. A lot of people want to see it. Again, that's the
You just
straight
want to see it.
line.
You want to see it at the Survivor Series is what you want to see. You want to get over it quickly.
Maybe I'm contradicting myself then, because now you have the sizzle and you have the payoff, because dude, 8 months is a long time. 8 months
Yep.
is a long time.
Well,
It
remember
keeps-
when he beat Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania where everybody thought Cody was going to win, and they made everybody wait an entire year, and the payoff was absolutely amazing for that.
So would you do it again? That'd be so painful to do that again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, hopefully this LA Knight thing drags a little bit. Maybe the problem that I see with the Roman Reigns situation is like I can see LA Knight getting maybe a couple of opportunities, and then they'll give some to Solo, and then Solo's gonna be white hot like the way Sami Zayn was 3 years ago or 4 years. I think it was 3 years ago, and they didn't give him the championship, even though the pay-per-view was in Canada and everybody thought he was going to win it. And honestly, I think that's the reason why he won it last month there in Saudi, because of how he was white hot, and they realized that, like, hey, if he wins the championship, it's going to be amazing. They're just going to go crazy, But they had to push towards WrestleMania. I think that's the way I see LA Knight, and that's especially how I see Solo Sikoa if they give him a championship a match against him. Let me get to some of the comments there. Domingo wants to know when they turned Becky Lynch. Or no, I think Becky is a good guy now. I think she's a face now because she was going up against Liv Morgan. Liv is the heel in that situation. By the way, that's going to be a tremendous matchup. If it's her versus Stephanie Vaquero, if they make it a 3-way, it's going to be a tremendous thing there to see those great wrestlers there. Jack Armando has a question that's going to make you kind of go, ugh. And here it is. It is, are you guys a fan of WWE Unreal? Imagine Unreal and the Attitude. The one thing he does say, backstage Vince would be gold. I have no problem with WWE Unreal, because to me, all it does, it just reminds me of kind of like when the WWE Network first started. They had that was when you talk about Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, however you want to call him, when he won this championship. Remember that the WWE Network, I think, had just launched or things of that nature, and then they ran like it was called 24 hours. And it was where they followed Daniel Bryan for 24 hours leading up, before the match, after the match. That's basically what I'm seeing when I see this. And they've done documentaries like this before. It's that now the one difference is, like, they weren't going into the conference room, the meeting, the writing room, and discussing what's going on. But I really don't have a problem with it, because at the end of the day, I see it as a TV show, and I think some of it is scripted, kind of like sometimes make me see like, did Michael Hayes really say that, or they tell him to say that with Chelsea Green, because eventually there's going to be a payoff, and there was a payoff 2 weeks ago where she finally said, hey, this championship is for Michael Hayes if you get it. Maybe like the whole thing with Jay, that they didn't believe in him, you got to step up, that was an act, that was for the TV show. The stuff that I think is real is like when CM Punk is doing everything and talking about the dog in this episode that you can. And the only thing was seen is like where he says, "Oh, I wanted to be a bad guy," and everybody, no, you didn't, bro. Yeah, it just didn't work out. So I really don't have a problem with Unreal, but like if we were to get unedited Vince like back in the day, oh my God, it would have been crazy.
My brain is really swirling around with so many thoughts.
Yes, sir.
So many thoughts swirling around in my brain. Imagine if we had this in 1989. Imagine if we had.
You said Attitude. Attitude was like 96.
Yeah. I know. But imagine, like, let's say, okay, well, let's go 89 to the, maybe we had it then. Maybe we had this in the Attitude era, the Austin era, and we're watching the writers' room, and okay, clearly Austin's going to go over, against Shawn Michaels here, dude. I think that wrestling has lost its luster to the point to where we have stopped really suspending our own belief in watching this athletic theater that is known as professional wrestling. I just don't think there's any mystique to this anymore, and I think a lot of that has to do with WWE Unreal. I just think it sucks for a kid. For a kid, Monster, for a 9-10-year-old kid to have access to WWE Unreal, and then he's watching it going, well, the reason why she didn't win is because the writers are pissed at her.
Yeah,
clearly. That sucks. That sucks.
it's back in the day they tried to protect the business so
Yeah.
much, and we've mentioned this before, and it's a very famous story that Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Iron Sheik were supposed to be mortal enemies, and they were
Yeah.
playing pickup basketball. And then one time they got pulled over because one of them was drinking and driving, and it was reported like that heated enemies, actually friends. They got pulled over, and the Iron Sheik was the one that got fired because I guess he was the one that was driving. So like that, but now it's not a big deal. You see everybody
Yeah.
hugging. But the fact that they do that, and then people are still buying into, like, obviously we're talking about the situation. I'm upset about the Solo Sikoa situation. The fact that we're still buying into it, even though we know all this, is pretty amazing
Sure.
to me. But at the same time,
Sure.
it's like us talking about the Spider-Man movie, which, by the way, is excellent. If you have not seen it, you
It's
need to watch
absolutely
Spider-Man.
fantastic.
I've seen it twice already. I saw it in 3D. Believe it or not, it was actually worth it
Oh,
in 3D
nice.
as well.
Nice.
So it's probably one of the best superhero movies I've seen. But like I said, like, that's the way I look for it.
And I
We
think
have,
for all intents and purposes, that's how we
yep,
look at professional wrestling.
yep,
We watch it because it's athletic theater of the athletic theater, sports entertainment. You lose yourself. You
yep.
lose yourself when you
And
watch this.
like I said,
You know,
we've been at it for a long time. There's video, there's the proof. One more time of running it back. There it is. You want me to send you this? I'll send it to you, dude. Like,
what
you want to
shirt
see it
am I
again?
wearing? Am I wearing the
Yeah,
station shirt?
yeah, it's a Kelly Q T-shirt. Yep.
Oh my God, I
That's
burned
how
all
old it
those.
is. You know what's funny is I found a lot of these Q T-shirts, like brand new T-shirts. Oh man, I forgot one of the T-shirts. I don't have a chance to get it, but like when I
Yeah,
show the other stuff that I've got, because I found a lot of stuff. Like, because back in the day, remember back then, Time Warner, when we're the only basically wrestling show around, we would get a bunch of merchandise sent to
it's
us.
sad this stuff.
Dude, I had
I
like
still have those
so.
shirts.
Well, I threw a lot of them away. I'm gonna lie to you. I threw a lot of them away
Didn't
this
you?
past weekend. Well, they were worn, so like it's not like I
Oh yeah,
can give them away. So like yes, had
yeah.
my sweat and tears and all that stuff. But yeah,
I
before we
yeah.
move on, let me say I think here's what Mondo had. He's got Oba winning the Rumble, Oba versus Roman WrestleMania, and then have Oba feud with the Vision until then. More like Braun Breaker because we all know that the other
Yeah.
guy. Oh, but we have forgotten to mention about Bronson Reed when he is going to
Mhm.
come back and how will he be implemented into all these things that's
Rumble,
going on. You know.
rumble.
So yeah, so I like how
Mhm.
Mondo thinks. Before we move on, and by the way, Domingo says LA Knight is long overdue for a push. Like I said, I'm glad he's
Agreed.
getting it. I'm very
Agreed.
glad he's getting it. He's been derailed every single time, and like I said, he's not going to get the belt. I'm sorry, he's not going to get it. At least give him one of the other championships. Before we talk about the Chelsea Green thing, because I'm pretty upset about this. Your thoughts on the tournament, the AAA tournament to
Mm.
face Roman Reigns as Monday Night Raw is going to be live in Mexico City. I think it's the
Mhm.
15th of September.
Yes.
It's a Monday Night Raw, and the winner of the tournament is going to actually face Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns actually defending the championship for the first time on Raw in I don't know how many years. I think,
Mm.
and we saw the match yesterday, Laredo Kid and Penta. It's going to be a tremendous tournament. I still think it's
Yeah.
going to be Penta at the end versus Roman Reigns. But still, I think we're in for some great wrestling.
I mean, really, all this is basically is to compete with
Basically,
the AEW pay-per-view,
yeah,
which will be happening on the same day. That's the only reason why they're bringing Roman out for this,
basically.
because the pettiness that the WWE has to get more numbers that day for over AEW. So, Limodo, I
And
think
then
you're
there it
right.
is. There's the picture of
Nice.
the tournament.
I mean, don't
Uh,
get me wrong. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I think it's great to incorporate, Triple A. I'm thinking, and this really sucks. Again, this is what's swirling in my head right now. I really don't want Triple A to be like an NXT, to be like Ohio Valley Wrestling, to where they're treating Triple A as maybe a calling up promotion right now. I don't want them to treat it that way. I just feel like they're treating right now the wrestlers on AAA as secondary secondary,
and
citizens on the
th-
WWE.
they are exactly doing that with their mega champion Dominic Mysterio. I think
Yes,
I read
that
somewhere where
sucks.
after beating John Cena to win the Intercontinental Championship in November, I think on TV, including the pay-per-views, he's only won twice. He's lost
Yeah,
every single time. Mania to Finn Balor, you understood because Finn Balor needed to win that. But I mean, him getting pinned the last 2 weeks in a row, and I
yeah.
think the problem with him is he's been very vocal that he's not happy. So I think they're punishing him in that situation. But that is a great point that you just brought up about AAA because that's how literally they're treating their champion. But the one good thing is that the guys that get the opportunity to wrestle in front of American cameras, like kind of like Laredo Kid, and then let me bring up the graphic again, kind of like El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Like for it to be on a Raw, that's great
That's
because you can
cool.
see him. I know we know about Ray Phoenix, but El Fiscal, it's a great opportunity for him. Psycho
I can't
Clown,
see. Is Ricky Banderas on that? No,
Nope,
Macias not
nope,
in
he is
that.
not.
Yeah,
Nope. So
I
either
mean,
way, I think AAA is doing better than NXT. I'll tell you that right now.
you see where I'm going with that, though.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think it's nuts, and you can't do that with a promotion as rich as Triple A has been.
Yeah,
Rich in
yeah.
culture, rich in culture with you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just flusters
Okay, so,
me.
so so let's talk about what I'm upset about also. Is that for
Okay.
the second week in a row, the one of the newest shows. By the way, before I do that, let me see what Domingo put. AAA can't afford to be a secondary show on WWE, as they've been the main promotion in Mexico for years. That is a very good point there, by Domingo. So for the second week in a row, the Fatal Influence tag team has injured a WWE superstar, uh, where they're going to probably be on a shelf for a while. Of course, we saw at the pay-per-view that Brie Bella was injured, literally broke her shoulder. We saw about that, and then last on SmackDown, they broke the orbital bone of the brand new champion
Hmm.
Chelsea Green. And we don't know what the
Hmm.
situation is now going to be with Chelsea Green. She has busted her ass literally to get to the situation. She just had heart surgery like in February or March. And she's one of if you want to talk about a prototypical wrestler that has paid her dues,
Hmm.
it was Chelsea Green. Now I'll be honest with you. I think she's a transitional champion. I don't know how long she was gonna like hold on to it because I don't know if they really want the Chelsea versus Rhea match whenever that happens because
Yeah.
we saw that Rhea Ripley last week had the surgery. She just announced it. So like, but for somebody like Chelsea Green that
Okay.
has busted her butt to get to that situation and then
Hmm.
she gets like that finisher that they use like broke. It's
Oh,
like she
hurts.
has bad luck.
Hurts.
She basically has bad luck.
Hurts.
So like, I'm very upset for her because, like I said, for all the hard work that she has put in, and in her husband Matt Corona supporting her, the stuff that he
Yeah.
did, at least they didn't take the title away from. And then the worst thing is you just got you just won the championship belt. You're the WWE
Yeah.
champion, and you take the pinfall in the tag
Hmm.
match. There's
Yes.
three other wrestlers there, and you're the one that takes the pinfall. The champion, the
Bad.
newly
Bad.
crowned. It's nice. Like we gave it to you. Now we're gonna punish you. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you
Yeah.
have your champion? It's like if it's big. This is how big of the deal is. Roman hadn't been pinned in I don't know how many years, like maybe 2 years, whatever. And when they had a tag match, when it was Jay and I can't remember who was with them, but on the other side it was Roman and I think it was Jimmy, and Jay got the pin on Roman in a tag match, and it was a big deal, because
Hmm.
nobody had pinned him. But that was like years in the making. Chelsea Green gets pinned her very first match as a champion. I mean, it was a tag team championship match. Mind blowing, Jack. That I'm upset about the situation.
I think that is to troll the fans. What do we know? Why would they do that? This is going to be a hot take here.
Go ahead.
If you were to ask Chelsea, do you want to keep going? Can you keep working with your current condition? Of course, she would undoubtedly say, I can, and I will.
That's what Andy says.
I honestly think, Monster, that this could benefit her in some wild way. I think she's going to come out smelling like roses because I think. And what do I know? What do I know? As a fan here, that you have her continue to fight. You have her wear the Undertaker Phantom of the Opera mask, defending the championship. Have her keep going. Have her all of a sudden become this fighting champion, being injured. And she's willing to do it. She wants to do it, and I really think that she does behind those curtains. And I think that's going to impress, hopefully, the powers that be.
Well, didn't she do that before when she was wrestling wearing a mask? I remember sometime last year,
Yeah,
so here's Andy saying that he needs a mask, kind of like Cody did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So by the way, Domingo says he was pinned by Baron Corbin. That was the last time before he became champion.
Crazy.
Before he was pinned by Jay, that it became a big deal.
That's crazy.
Here's Andy making me laugh. Michael Hayes' revenge via secretly being an advisor to Fatal 1 and 2 in a storyline. That is absolutely
now, wouldn't that be crazy?
Hilarious.
Wouldn't that be crazy that he's behind the scenes?
They could turn that into a storyline where he's like the manager. I mean,
yes.
That would
be
still
cool.
He's still dressing like if he's on TV. You know that.
Yes.
That he's doing that.
I don't know.
I just think it's crazy that she wins the championship and she gets injured the very next time she's on TV. But it could be worse, like where her husband Zack Ryder also won in a ladder match, and they took the very next day. The very next night on Monday Night Raw, he lost the Intercontinental Championship. So, it's crazy to see that's going on. And like I said, I'm just more upset for her because of all the hard work that she has put into this situation, and she knows that that it's not going on right now for her. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm interested.
Let's welcome in Fonzie here in a couple of seconds, and there's Fonzie wearing his Texas Tech shirt and wearing his NWO shirt that I can see. Go ahead, Fonzie. I told Jack to stand up so we can see his shirt. Let us see your shirt, brother. Let's see that NWO shirt. There you go. Let me give the full
this crap
there you go.
That's in the ring represents these fans, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, Fonzie. Appreciate that. So today is Hulk Hogan's birthday. The day of his birth, of course, we have sadly not had him for over a year. And before we get Fonzie, how old will Hogan? We can't hear you, brother. 73. 73. Yeah. He'd be 73. So
that's rough.
As I showed you guys earlier, the championship belt. By the way, I'm gonna show you again, just because for the people just joining us, I found my belt again. Well, I gotta give myself the whole
WWF champion.
I gotta give myself the whole thing so you can see it. There you go.
The last WWF champion and the first WWE champion.
How fitting.
Yeah.
How fitting. It's perfect fitting for the guy that created it, or not created it.
So I told you that I found some stuff. You're wearing an NWO T-shirt, and gentlemen, you're gonna see this shirt, and you're gonna see the condition of this shirt.
Yeah.
Look at that shirt. Look at that.
Still brand new.
The stains on there.
There's no stains. There's no sweat stains. It's brand new. I've never worn it.
You never wore it?
I've never worn it. Nope.
Does that come with the sleeve? Does that come with the slits in the back?
Yeah. You can. Can you see it?
No way. That came.
Man.
Let me.
I didn't know
back in the day when they used to sell the NW the Hulkamania stuff.
The Hulk Rules had it cut in the back as well.
Yep. And I have that one, but I don't know where it's at. You can see the slits, right, Jack? Can you see it now?
I can see it. I had no idea that came pre-slit.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
so I found that this is almost 30 years old easily. Because
you never wore it?
No, I remember ordering it, and I remember the order vividly because I remember when I was able to order it on WCW.com or through the magazine. I can't remember how I had to do it.
I was going to say, did you cut the coupon out of the magazine?
Or maybe I had to call in. Remember when you had to call and order? I remember ordering that shirt I remember ordering the Buff Bagwell hat that he would wear. That he would wear backwards. You know what I'm talking about? And then I
Yes.
remember I ordered 2 NWO T-shirts, and I only wore one of them. So the other one, like I said, it's in the other room. I can't go get it, but it is still in the bag that it came in. So it
That's
hasn't
awesome.
even like touched air. But that's not the
Wow.
oldest thing I have. The oldest thing I have is this, what I'm going to show you right now, which I found. And Fonzie, you're going to appreciate this, brother. Are you ready? Oh, look out now. Look out. Oh, that is it.
Look
That
at
is
that.
Now, did that
That
come
is-
with slits in the back?
No, this is just a regular T-shirt.
Those
That's
are
just
regular
amazing.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Man.
let me do the
That.
yeah.
Wow.
And this, I believe, I got when they were here. One of the times, like in the 88, 89, whenever they had the
They came
WW.
You got that in '88?
Yeah, because
because
you can't
that's
see
the
like
way
this
they
is
had
like you
the
can't
TV
even
show,
like.
right?
Yeah, that's when it was Superstars of Wrestling. Where like
It was like- it
the
was a
lettering is
4
in
hour-
yellow and I can't see it.
Monster, you've had that since
1988.
88?
It's 1988. That's what it says. 1988.
Oh my gosh.
You're not going to be able to
Oh,
see
man.
it. Let's see if it focuses. You're not going to be able to see it because it's all faded. Hold
Yeah.
on. Nope, it's not going to work.
Wow. Wowzers. I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it.
But yeah,
Wait a minute.
and obviously it doesn't fit. Even though it says it's a large, but it's more like a small now because of
And then it gets
all the
shrunken.
times it was washed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's small next to you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So Fonzie, like in remembrance of Hulk Hogan's birthday, and I have like a Hulk Hogan Beach House a cap and T-shirt, but I thought that would be better to show that everybody would appreciate that how long we have been, what we have been. Like Jack, you just showed your UFC championship belt. You showed your WWE Tag Team champ. By the way, the Eddie Guerrero belt is 24 years old. 24 years old. In the back of the belt, it tells you when it was made, and it says 2002. Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
You're talking about belts. Now that remember that 86 Hogan belt.
Yep.
You guys remember that one? Well, remember he did give one away to one of his friend's kids,
Mhm.
and that one is going up for auction, and it's starting at the starting bid has to start at $500,000.
Wow.
This
Is
is
that
going to go over over 100. A million,
Is
I'm
that
sorry.
is that the belt that basically literally looks like the one that Andrade has right now on AEW? Because remember the first version was I know which version you're talking about because the first version was the gold one he won from the Sheik, and then they had the one that I'm talking about, the one that looks like the one that Andrade has right now. Because go to like AEW and whatever
Yeah.
championship
You're talking about
Andrade
the.
had. Yeah,
that-
it has
that
the world.
belt
Like on the sides, it had the world, like the flags of the countries. You
Guys,
know,
that-
I
that's
don't
the-
think that's the belt. I don't
Yeah.
think that's it. I think it's the one that there was a
You're
version of it that Hogan wore on WrestleMania 3, and it was a different version from that, if I'm not mistaken.
go ahead, Fonzie.
You're going to mistaken. Hogan had another belt before the 86 belt,
Yes.
which looked like the NWA or WCW version of the television championship back in that time. And then the 86 came in 86, but that's the one he fought Bundy at Mania.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
I know which
the
one
one
you're
he
talking
won-
about. I know what you're
And
talking
then he
about.
fought Andre with it.
Yeah.
And then
And
another
then he had a
belt.
variant. Yeah.
So there's
That's
only
the
two
variant.
versions of that one. Nick has one of them, and now this.
You're talking about this one, right?
That one.
Is
Correct.
it this one?
It's
This
a
one,
it's
right?
a different, it's a variant of that belt.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Because I remember this one. I like this one. Because the one he had
I
before
love-
this, the one he had before this one is the one I'm talking about. It looks like the one that Andrade is
Yeah.
using it right now.
I had that as a belt buckle. Yeah, I remember that.
Which one? This one?
No, the one,
one?
the one that
I'm-
looks like the NWA television championship, and then
Okay. Now
Right, 'cause
I've
it
got to
does-
find it. I've got to find it now.
I mean,
So
it's a very pretty
you guys
belt.
keep talking.
No, it's a very pretty belt itself. You know, look up Arn Anderson
I found it.
television championship, and that'll come up easily.
I found it.
And you know, you have they had a red version of it, the red strap, black strap. It's a very, very pretty belt. And then NWA brought that back. There you go. There you go.
Power of the internet and the power that I can bring it up as it's happening. So yeah.
Very pretty. I have that as a belt buckle.
Yeah. I also found this one right here. Well, look at now.
Look at you guys.
Look at
so much hair.
Yeah, we all had more hair.
That was your Wolverine jacket.
One of them. It's funny because I recovered all the brown ones now. Now I have like at least 4 more Wolverine jackets with less hair now. Like I said, Bonzi, I know you're a big Hogan fan, so let's talk about this day being the birth of Hulk Hogan. So it's hard to believe that he's been gone a year, brother.
It's been a quick year to think about it. I mean, Hulk's been gone, and a lot of things have changed. Even from that 1 year in this wrestling industry for him gone. But, you know, wrestling in its entirety would not be where it's at because of what him and Vince did. I mean, you got to put those hand in hand. But Hulk was the guy and is forever the guy. I don't know if you've seen some of this Conrad and JR, they talk about, or JBL, they were talking about Roman, comparing Roman and Hogan.
No,
I was like, it's 2 different eras. Of course, you need more money now.
Yeah.
But you don't make this money that you make now if you never did everything that he did in the past.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the same thing where basketball players were like, Jordan was the first superstar to make all the money. Now these guys are making ridiculous amount of money, but not even the same amount of talent that Jordan did, you know. But it is what it is, you know. Like they're the trendsetters, they're the historians. So, but yeah, it's crazy that it's been a year.
It's been a year, and you know, I follow Nick Hogan. I follow his last wife as well, Sky. You know, they're celebrating it out there today. I know it must be a great stuff right now going on at their bar and restaurant out there.
Beach house.
It's you know, to be remembered, Hulk will always be that guy for me, always. You know, it wasn't just a fad. It's a thing. Hulkamania is who you are. You know, the training, the prayers, the vitamins, and the believing in yourself. You know, it could have been a moniker, what they used, or motto, but, you know, a lot of us that grew up in that era, that is Hulkamania. That makes us. And that's why a lot of us, when we reminisce, that's who made us, you know, not to give up and fight for everybody's rights and whatnot. But it's always a great stuff, and Hulk will always be to my heart, I'll tell you that.
Mando says that we should have had Hogan sign the T-shirt. I mean, honestly, Mando, when I did meet Hulk Hogan, I didn't even know I still had that T-shirt. You know, it just came up. I don't know, like, but when I did meet Hogan, all this stuff that you see was in my possession because I think it was WrestleMania, the one in Seattle, WrestleMania 19.
19.
It was 19 that was in Seattle because I went to 17 that was in Houston, and I think that's. By the way, look at Felipe put, call Mean Gene on the WCW hotline. Still have my Hogan wrestling buddy. How many of us remember that? The Mean Gene, that he would have the WCW hotline and Mean Gene.
It was 99 cents the first minute, $1.99 each additional minute.
There was a video out there that I saw last week on social media. I think it was yeah. There's a video on social media, and you just look it up. It's JR, Jim Ross, and what's the guy that says bro all the time? The one that was WCW guy that kind of everybody blames him that he ruined the WCW, but he was the main writer for the WWF. Russo. It's Russo, and Russo's wearing a sweater. Actually, JR's wearing a sweater, and it was the WWF hotline show. It was like on a Sunday morning. You remember that? You remember that? But look up, look. It wasn't Bite This. I can't remember what it was called, but just look up Jim Ross losing it with fan callers because the guys are calling up. And he was like, I can't believe I can't do this no more. I can't. And he's like, he's getting frustrated. It is hilarious. You got. I barely saw like on Saturday. You got to look it up. It's JR losing his patience with the fans in the call-in show.
Do you remember the time, Monster, when we interviewed JR and it was about his cookbook?
Yeah,
it was about his cookbook, and then we started talking about wrestling. And then
he got upset.
I remember he got like a little perturbed at the end, and we're saying bye. He's like, "All right, click."
Yeah, he hung up on us. It was pretty funny. It was about the JR barbecue, you know. I mean, he was cool though. When one time that Oklahoma played here at UTEP, he was on the sidelines, and I asked him for an autograph. I just asked him for a picture. But I do remember that he hung up on us. Did good old JR. But look it up. This has got to be like early '90s. This because I mean.
Yes.
Russo looks like we did in that picture, you know. But like I said, look it up when we're done. If I had the capability to look it up and bring up the video, I would. But I can do pictures easy. The video's different. But yeah, because he's losing it. You're like, oh my god, I can't do this no more. Then he just hangs up, you know, and like, hey JR, what do you think would be cool if this happens? It's amazing.
Wow.
Domingo says he has the same championship belt that Eddie nameplate on it. Vicky Guerrero autographed it at WrestleMania Access in Houston. That's pretty badass, dude. That is awesome that he has that. You know, like I said, for me, I haven't had that belt in my presence in over 11 years, easily. You know, easily. So it's great to see. Gentlemen, that's it. That's the hour. Fonzie, before we wrap up, anything else you got to say? I mean, it's funny because I thought this show was going to go like maybe 30, 40 minutes, honestly. And here we are an hour later reminiscing about...
Well, you get us three right here.
Right there. We're reminiscing when we had hair, you know.
Run it back.
Fonzie, at least you have your hair, brother. Like, you can tell, like, I've clearly I've lost it here.
Dude.
I've lost it here and here. Jack, I think Jack can still grow back if he wanted to.
Not even close.
I was trying to hook you up, bro. You know, like
obviously,
yeah.
Monster, I would have a skullet. I'd have the skullet if I tried to grow it back.
You'd have the mean gene.
Yes, easily. Easily, the horseshoe.
Well, let me just say that the look you have, like, I'd rather have that look than the skullet than the mean gene, or the Jesse or the Hogan. Say that again.
Jack just needs the goatee, and he'll look like Goldberg.
Stone Cold.
Goldberg.
Oh my God, Stone Cold. That's probably why he doesn't do it. Right? All right, Fonzie, I appreciate you, brother. We'll do it again. We'll do it again next week. There you go.
All right.
We didn't get the fist bump today. I was looking forward to that.
I know, yeah.
So, Jack, that's going to wrap it up for us. Good job as always.
You got to send it. You have more? You got to have more.
I have one more that I found. In that group of photos. It's me and you and Luis Gonzalez. We call him The Rock. You know who it is when I send it to you.
Yeah.
And then I have like pictures of the event. It was a WWE event because Randy Orton's in it. Bautista is in it. And the pictures, like I said, if I had them, like if I would take a picture of it, I'd be able to bring it up. But maybe I'll do it next week. But yeah, there's a couple more that I have. But like, you talk about going down memory lane, brother. All right, brother. Good job. And I don't think live wires. With what Felipe, that's what you guys were saying. So look up live wire. JR loses his patience with callers on live wire. Do it right now as soon as we hang up, and I'm telling you, you're gonna laugh your asses off because it is absolutely hilarious. All right, Jack. Appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Good job as always.
Send me that photo.
I'll send you the photo. We go watch Spider-Man if you haven't done that, you know. And in honor of Hulk Hogan, eat your vitamins and say your prayers.
Say my prayers tonight.
Yeah, and
I look for the man upstairs.
That's correct. So for Jack, for Fonzie, and everybody that will spend some of their night with us, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mando Medina. 3, 2, 1. Okay, bye.